Today, December 10th, 2025, the world feels dimmer. The news has settled over us like a gentle, sorrowful mist, touching everyone who ever found comfort in a good story. We say goodbye to Sophie Kinsella, the beloved author who filled our lives with laughter and warmth. Her words were a beacon for so many, lighting up even the darkest days with humor and hope. Her passing at just 55 feels abrupt, leaving a silence where her wit once sparkled. It's hard to imagine a world without her clever stories and the joy she brought to so many readers. Sophie's books were more than stories. They were companions, comforting us in tough times and making us laugh at life's chaos. Through her unforgettable characters, she reminded us that it's okay to be imperfect, to stumble, and to find humor in our everyday struggles. Her family's announcement sent a wave of sadness across the globe, touching millions who found joy in her words. Tributes poured in from readers, fellow writers, and friends, each sharing memories of how Sophie's books changed their lives. At her Dorset home, surrounded by the countryside she loved, her story ended peacefully, though far too soon. The quiet beauty of her surroundings was a fitting place for a storyteller whose words brought so much color to the world. We remember her with gratitude for the laughter, unforgettable characters, and the joy she brought into our lives. Her stories will continue to unite readers, sparking conversations and friendships for years to come. Sophie Kinsella's legacy is a gift. Every time we open her books, her light shines on. In every page, her spirit lives, reminding us to cherish the small joys and to always find laughter, even in goodbye. Before she was Sophie Kinsella, she was Madeleine Wickham, a Londoner with a sharp mind and a love for stories. She studied at Oxford, first music, then politics, philosophy, and economics, proving storytellers come from all backgrounds. Her first career? Financial journalism, an ironic twist for the future creator of the world's most famously debt-ridden character. Even as a journalist, the urge to write simmered beneath the surface. At 24, she published her first novel, The Tennis Party, under her real name. These early books were more serious, but showed her talent for capturing everyday drama. Yet a lighter, funnier story was waiting to be told. A story that would change everything. Soon the world would meet Sophie Kinsella. Every great secret identity has an origin story, and sometimes the most fascinating tales begin not with a grand plan, but with a quiet moment of doubt and inspiration. Behind every pen name is a person searching for a new voice, a fresh start, or simply a way to tell a story that feels different from anything they've done before. For Sophie Kinsella, that journey began with a leap of faith. A decision to step into the unknown and trust her instincts, even when the path ahead was uncertain. Madeleine Wickham was already an established author, with several successful novels to her name. But her new idea, a light-hearted story about a compulsive shopper navigating life's ups and downs, felt unlike anything she'd written before. It was bold, funny, and a little bit risky. Unsure how her publisher would react to this new direction, she decided to keep her project a secret. She poured her heart into the manuscript, then sent it off to a new publisher, under a name no one had ever heard before, Sophie Kinsella. The name itself was a thoughtful creation. Sophie was her own middle name, a nod to her true self, while Kinsella was her mother's maiden name, a tribute to family and heritage. Together, they formed a pen name that felt both chic and approachable, perfectly suited to the stories she wanted to tell. With that, the Secret Dreamworld of a Shopaholic was born. The book quickly captured readers' imaginations, becoming a runaway hit and launching a beloved series that would be read around the world. For a while, Sophie Kinsella and Madeleine Wickham existed as two separate identities. A secret that added a touch of mystery and excitement for both author and readers alike. When the truth finally came out, fans were overjoyed. They discovered that their favorite author had a hilarious alter ego, and the story behind the name only made them love her more. Today, Sophie Kinsella is a household name, synonymous with fun, heart, and stories that make readers laugh out loud and feel understood. Sometimes all it takes is a new name and a little courage to start a phenomenon that changes everything. Inspiration struck Sophie Kinsella in the most ordinary way, opening a credit card bill in 1999. That familiar mix of dread and curiosity sparked a question: why do we shop, and what drives that rush? She saw the comedy in our spending habits, the justifications, the panic, the absurdity. From this, Rebecca Bloomwood was born, a financial journalist whose own finances are a disaster. The irony was irresistible, and the story felt fresh. No one had written about shopping with such humour before. That everyday moment became the seed for the entire Shopaholic series. Sometimes the best stories are hiding in plain sight. Rebecca Bloomwood burst onto the scene, a financial journalist with a shopping addiction and a heart of gold. Becky's life is a whirlwind of designer clothes, empty wallets, and creative excuses. Her logic is hilariously flawed yet completely relatable. We're right there with her as she rationalizes every purchase and stumbles into chaos. But Becky is more than her shopping. She's kind, loyal, and endlessly optimistic. She makes mistakes but always bounces back with a smile and a new handbag. That's why we love her. We love Becky because we see ourselves in her. Her thrill at a new purchase, her guilt, her justifications. Her struggles, though exaggerated, feel real and deeply human. Sophie Kinsella wrote Becky with warmth, never judgment, making her a flawed but lovable heroine. Becky's journey is one of growth. She doesn't magically change, but learns, stumbles, and matures. We root for her happiness and celebrate her progress. Becky gave us permission to be imperfect, to laugh at our own messes. In a world obsessed with perfection, she was refreshingly real. Her story is about embracing flaws and finding joy anyway. That's why Becky Bloomwood became a friend to millions. When the Secret Dreamworld of a Shopaholic hit shelves in 2000, it became an instant sensation. Becky's adventures resonated worldwide, making Shopaholic a household word. The series followed her through love, marriage, and motherhood, each book eagerly awaited by fans. Sophie Kinsella's blend of humour and heart made her a global superstar. The books became the ultimate feel-good escape. In 2009, Hollywood adapted the story, bringing Becky to the big screen and cementing her pop culture status. The secret? Universal themes: laughter, love, and the search for belonging. Becky's journey is about more than shopping. It's about finding yourself. Behind the scenes, Sophie Kinsella faced a private and devastating battle. Diagnosed with glioblastoma, an aggressive form of brain cancer, in 2022. The news was a heavy burden, one she chose to carry quietly, away from the public eye and the world of her devoted readers. Sophie kept her illness a closely guarded secret, determined to protect her family from worry and to process the life-changing diagnosis in her own time. She found comfort in the small moments at home, surrounded by loved ones, and in the quiet act of writing her thoughts. Her courage was immense. Even as she underwent difficult treatments and faced uncertainty, Sophie continued to shield her readers from her struggle, choosing instead to share hope and humour through her work. She faced each day with remarkable strength, supported by her family and closest friends. In April 2024, Sophie made the brave decision to share her diagnosis with the world. The announcement was met with an overwhelming outpouring of love, compassion, and support from fans and fellow authors alike, who rallied around her with heartfelt messages and memories. Her readers, who had found comfort and laughter in her books for years, now offered their support in return, sending letters, sharing stories, and expressing gratitude for the joy she had brought into their lives. On December 10, 2025, Sophie's family announced her peaceful passing at home, surrounded by those she loved most. The news was a heartbreaking moment for all who admired her. The announcement confirmed not only the severity of her illness, but also the extraordinary strength and grace with which she faced her final years. Her family's words reflected deep love and pride in her resilience. The loss of Sophie Kinsella is profound, not just for the world of literature, but for everyone who felt they knew her through her words. Tributes poured in from around the globe, a testament to the impact she had on so many lives. Sophie's final years were marked by dignity, resilience, and a quiet determination to live fully, even in the face of adversity. She continued to inspire those around her with her gentle spirit and unwavering optimism. Though she is gone, her legacy of joy, laughter, and heartfelt storytelling remains untouched, living on in the pages of her books and in the hearts of her readers everywhere. What makes Sophie Kinsella's stories timeless? It's more than humor, it's hope. Her novels radiate optimism, reminding us that things can get better, no matter how messy life gets. Her characters are flawed, funny, and deeply human, people we recognize and root for. The worlds she created offer comfort and escape, always promising a happy ending. Reading her books is like a warm hug on a rainy day. She gave us a safe space to laugh at ourselves and believe in second chances. Sophie's legacy is pure joy, stories that will be shared for generations. Her voice may be gone, but her laughter lives on in every page. The magic of Sophie Kinsella will never fade.